live. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Holy shit, we have premium now. It's a weird thing. And check out the logo that's at the top of the screen. That's called production value, motherfuckers.
Why are you, Ray? Why are you bragging that we spent money?
Because we need to be braggadocious. We need to be braggadocious. You know Conor McGregor. I love Conor McGregor. You know this, sir or ma'am, however you identify in 2020. It's okay. Okay, this is the Bro Plotta podcast. I am Ray Highclack. Next to me is my lovely human being of a friend known as Timmy Danko. Timmy Danko, how you doing today, my friend?
I'm tired, brother. I just woke up. That's what kind of losers we have on this podcast. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday. I just woke up. All right.
Well, it could be better than 9 in the afternoon.
I didn't fall asleep till like 9 or 10 in the morning or some shit. I was busy. I was doing research.
Well, that's a good thing because at least somebody has to do it on this pod.
I wasn't really.
We are excited to be back again for another day of lovely MMA talk. We are sans Harrison Poole today. He is working and making real money instead of playing, making money.
He has important shit to do.
He does, and I'm glad to see that we can actually do this live again. I'm sharing it out. Wow, that is annoying. My voice, I just heard myself, and I don't like it. Sharing out to everybody.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Did it work?
Oh, yeah, it worked. We're live right now, and we appreciate everybody for being here. That one person that's watching this at the moment.
Facebook or YouTube?
Facebook and YouTube,
okay,
sir.
When I put it out, it just came up. The YouTube came up.
Ooh, I like it.
Whatever. I'm not gonna fix it right now. I'm doing stuff. We're
partying. We're having a good time. And we appreciate you guys joining us. You can catch us also on Anchor FM and anywhere else that you get your podcast audio wise. And then the videos will be up on YouTube and Facebook with the production value we have, my friend. And I can't believe it. I'm excited. This is a good weekend. Is fighting. Cory, Samhagen is fighting. Edson Barbosa, Ben Rothwell. You can name everybody that is on this card. And I'm excited to actually be able to watch this. I'm actually going to watch it this weekend. I'm going to do it. I didn't do it for the Holly Holm fight, but at the same time, buddy, it's a sexy day. Oh, it's a sexy day.
Are you sure this is on Facebook? Because I can't find it on Facebook.
It's on Facebook. I just heard myself.
Okay.
So
every time I look, this isn't live. It's just the link.
Oh, well, it came up live on my end, my friend. So I heard my own voice and I really didn't like it, to be honest.
Okay. I guess you got to click it for some reason. All right, whatever.
Yeah. Yes. But we are live and doing our damnedest to be sexy. Follow us at Bro Plotta as well.
Right. Yeah, that's what's happening. What? I don't know. Today's episode is sponsored by Repurposed McDonald's Cup.
Yes.
Yesterday there was Diet Coke in it. Today there's Diet Coke and other things.
What do you have in there?
Diet Coke and other things. It's none of your business, Dan. You know what I have? I have that anesthesiologist moonshine, the colonoscopy we talked about yesterday.
Oh God, he's gonna pass out, everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, the moonshine made by a professional, right? By a guy who knocks people out for a living. I mean, I want some of that, man. Just even if it's not even good, I just want to say that I had the anesthesiologist moonshine.
We have a wonderful show. We're going to be previewing the fight night that we have here coming up from Abu Dhabi and some other news stories. One we actually talked about yesterday on the live stream. Thank you guys for watching that as well.
What happened, Ray? What happened? Hold on. I'm trying to wake myself up. I'm going to start yelling. What happened, Ray?
What happened?
What happened? Yeah.
What happened?
Rest in peace, the great Fred Willard.
R.I.P. Fred Willard, Cleveland Zone. We love him, and he was awesome as an actor. Great on Roseanne too, breaking down barriers, playing a gay. It was good times back then. It was very, very good times.
Remember that John Goodman show that was on for like a minute and a half, Normal, Ohio, where he played a gay dude?
No.
Yeah, it didn't last very long. It was like half a season. I think I got canceled.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I don't remember much of it, just that it was on and he played a gay guy.
He played a gay. That was his thing.
Yeah, apparently.
Interesting. At least it was better than King Ralph, I hope. I will always I love King Ralph.
Come on.
I love King Ralph, but at the same time, it doesn't hold up today. Definitely doesn't hold up today.
A lot of stuff doesn't hold up. And it's actually really funny when you watch something that doesn't hold up because not just a lot of times it makes you just go, oh my God, one of those faces. Like, I can't believe they got away with it. The stuff from what was I watching? Waiting. I was watching the movie Waiting.
Oh, yeah.
On Netflix. And they use, the F-bomb constantly, right? Yeah. And that was all right then, right? That was okay then. I wouldn't have said the F-bomb then. I just would have said what they were saying, right? So that was, back in the day. Like, half the jokes in that movie, I'm like, oh, man. Oh, man.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like,
homophobic and it's pedophileness. And it's hilarious. It's really funny. I love it. I love that movie. It's very funny. But,
have you ever worked in like restaurants or anything like that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's absolutely when it goes on in restaurants.
That's why the movie's so great.
It's weird, man. Because like we all knew those two Juggalo kids that were dishwashers.
One of them was Ray.
Yeah. Actually, I stayed away from those fucking kids because they were just like I was a Juggalo, but like those psychos, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, if you were anyone in that movie, I assume you'd be Andy Milonakis.
Yeah, Milonakis.
Yeah, that one.
I got bees on my head, but don't call me a bee head, motherfucker. We're 3 minutes in on YouTube, so we can curse. They won't demonetize us if we make any kind of monetization on this. But it's one of those things. I like that movie just because of just the sheer childlike ways that everybody acted, especially the broad that was always like getting mad at everyone.
Oh yeah, everybody. That's how everybody acts in restaurants, no matter how old they are. Everybody's like that. You gotta have to, man, to stay sane, really. But other than I never worked in any places that messed with food, but
neither did I that I knew of.
Other than that, it's pretty much spot on, right? When that movie came out, I was in high school, so me and my friends played the peanut shell game in high school constantly.
Oh God, Tim!
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I
saw so many bat wings when I was in high school.
Oh
yeah, because that would have came out when I was like a junior or senior, so yeah.
I would always do the fruit bowl, but I would never do like bat wing because it's just a small sack even then. Like I grew into my body after high school. So it was always fruit bowl. I would always butters myself and fruit bowl it. Why not? Stick a little thing, make it a fruit bowl.
Instead of the brain, you do like the raisinets. Like that.
I love the brain. I would do the brain all the time. Like, cause you've seen Real Sex, right?
Oh, on HBO.
The HBO show.
Like, have you seen actual sex? I'm like, from which perspective?
Has Tim Danko seen a woman naked?
Yeah.
Answer: no. But I remember one time on Real Sex, they had I think they were from France, which we'll get into this. Know that France, the country of France, recently legalized MMA.
Did they?
Recently fully legalized MMA. There's the Grand Prix of MMA going on right now on UFC Fight Pass. Bellator is having a card with, I believe, MVP on it. I just saw the weigh-in stuff for that, the weigh-in results for that. Cage Press, I think it is. And they legalized MMA. So Francis Ngannou could actually, once we have a crowd, can headline a UFC card in his adopted country of France now. So that's always a good time.
Yeah, man, what did it take them so long, man? They pretty much do everything else in Europe, man. Really just took that long to let people fight in cages.
Yeah. Well, France, they're not a violent people. We all remember World War II. They just acquiesced immediately.
We were there. Yeah, you're right.
If it wasn't for us, you guys would be speaking German right now. Oh, really? Yeah, I think the baguettes would have been fine.
What's happening? I don't know what's happening. Dude, I'm tired.
I know, buddy. We'll get through this. We'll power through it. It's a real Mackenzie song. We'll power through it. and be on that way. But yeah, man, I saw that.
It's bad when I treat this podcast like it's something I have to do, which usually I don't do. Just right now, I'm just tired. I'll be all right in a couple of minutes, right?
We'll wake him up.
I'll be okay. Right now, just kind of out of it. And my brain is, I don't know, man. It's not quite on yet.
Oh, I drank coffee, so I'm kind of all over the place myself.
Yeah, you're just gonna run circles around me. That's fine.
Yes, I'll be my normal ADHD self. Also, thank you, by the way, to Pete at the Funny Stop last night for giving me a set with Jim Florentine. I appreciate that when I was being whiny little bitch to Tim on text.
Gonna say. I mean, I treated you exactly how you needed to be treated. Like, yes. You started bitching at me, and I started yelling at you for bitching. Yeah. I was text me, and I'm like, dude, you need to stop doing this. Like, you don't go anymore, right? If you're mad about something, don't go anymore. No one's gonna sleep over it.
But I love it there.
Figure it out. I know. Well, you know what's up, man. You just know how things are there. You know how they go.
This is very true.
And it's part of the charm of the place is that the owner is fantastic. He's just his own person. And it's great.
Pete is Pete's. If you don't know who Pete is from the improv, or not the improv, the Funny Stop, he'll probably ban me from now on.
You're done.
The improv.
You're done now.
But he's a great guy, really, and I love the guy to death. And I just was being my normal bipolar self. It was pretty bad. Also, by the way, comments are live. Make sure to drop a comment in wherever you're at on this episode, Facebook or YouTube. Leave a comment.
This is what the comments are about to say, man. This is what they're about to say. They're like, this fat fuck just got up at 3 p.m. on a Friday and he's drinking bourbon out of a McDonald's cup. What kind of losers are doing this? I mean, it's exactly the kind of losers you think would be doing the MMA show and 3 o'clock on a Friday just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
We're exactly the degenerates you think we are.
But we're comics. That's how we get along. That's how we get by in life, being degenerates.
Degeneracy. Is that a word? Sounds right. Sounds good.
Or you could be D-Generation X. Break it down. Yeah, I made a 90s.
2 tears in a bucket. Got you, Ray. I was with you.
The thing with like, I don't know, the thing with like the Funny Stop is it's fun as hell, and it's just, it has a scum to it that I like a lot.
That's not quite the right way to say it. That's not a good advertisement for the place.
No, it has that like dive bar-y comedy, like dirty comedy feel where you feel like anything goes. That's why I like the Funny Stop.
I don't know if that's quite the right way to put. I mean, I know what you mean, but I think there's a better way to put that.
I don't know how to cut properly.
Raw. You call it raw and intimate. It's raw and intimate.
Raw and intimate, and we're all together now. To quote WWE Raw. That's right. I did that reference.
So Ray, did you see this Twitter war between Alessandria and Bones Jones? This is pretty funny.
It's been raging for a little while now.
This was yesterday or this morning. Oh, yesterday.
But they've been going at each other for a long time. Like Adesanya has been calling out Jones since he won the belt. I mean,
I want to see that fight because I don't know what would happen. I don't have a very good guess. I mean, I'd come up with a guess, but right now I can see anything happening.
Here's my question to you. What weight?
Probably
205 or heavyweight?
No, not heavy. I don't think. Well, I mean, geez, Izzy's not even a big middleweight, so 205. I know. Yeah. I mean, I think he said he's going to move to heavyweight, but if they wanted to throw money at him for that fight, he'd do it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
That'd be a great fight, man. Alessandria Jones would be awesome. Yeah, the thing is, he has awesome fights above and below him, right? Jones does, and above and below 205. So it makes sense that he left the weight class. But man, I mean, him and Stipe's awesome. You know, him and Izzy is awesome, right? Him and Ngannou is cool. It's cool. That'd be a good fight. If Ngannou beat Stipe, then it's the fight, right? It'd be awesome. But this is what happened. Okay. So apparently,
what is he saying right now?
All right. So apparently, it's old folklore back in the day. John Jones hid under the cage at Jackson Wink, his gym, in New Mexico. There, when it wasn't USADA, it was the other doping agency they used back in the day. But he hid from them, so he didn't have to give a urine sample.
I've heard that. I've heard that story.
Yeah. And then Izzy. He put this tweet up yesterday. Fun facts. I napped under the cage in 2010 because I didn't want to waste gas going to the gym, so I stayed in the gym till evening training. Jonathan, Bones Jones, stayed under the cage to hide from the USADA during a random drug test. This is facts. Y'all must forgot. That's what he said. So then, basically, Bones Jones said, okay, number one, it wasn't USADA. I'm paraphrasing this. But he said he just smoked a blunt and he was afraid he was going to get popped for weed. So that's why he did it. So he said that story that we all heard multiple times, right, about him hiding under the cage. Apparently, he said he did it because he smoked a blunt. First of all, no one believes you. A guy who's been popped for steroids more than once, no one believes you, sir.
No.
I mean, you just smoke a blunt, but I don't believe that's the only reason. Right?
You know what? If he's using that, and I agree with you on that, like, you just own the fact that your fucking ass actually got used steroids and moved on. Like, who gives a shit at this point? It's
actually, I do need to read the tweet. It said, brother, this is one from Bones Jones after Izzy sent that tweet. It says, brother, explain your titty.
I love it.
Then he said the thing about the blunt. Then he sends another one. All means aside, seriously, explain that titty. Guarantee you weren't getting tested in your rinky-dinky shows. That's 100% consistent with steroid usage. USADA cleared me, hence not having breasts. Brother, explain your titty.
Explain your titty. I love it.
I now need bumper stickers and a t-shirt. This is brother, explain your titty. And in that voice.
I think that should be a thing we say. Of course
he didn't. But it just seems like the voice you have to say it in. I'm not saying that's how he talks. It's not how he talks. But I think, brother, explain your titty. That's the way you got to say it, right?
Yeah, it sounds like something the Junkyard Dog would have said in like 1970s, 80s in Mid-South Wrestling. Explain your titty. Like, that's the kind of shit. Like, he went Junkyard Dog heavy promo. I'm happy already with John Jones. He's not my spirit animal again.
Either way, I honestly think we need to start using that phrase all the time, man. Anytime you explain yourself from now on, it's not explain yourself or explain
your titty.
If you say something like, I think this guy is going to get crushed in this fight, whatever, I'm like, Ray, explain your titty.
I'm adding that to our banner list. Explain your titty.
There you go.
Explain your titty.
Explain your titty. I like it. I love the fact that the social media exists for fighters because, like, back in the day, if you really look at like boxing, I was watching Frazier Ali at Lakewood Village Tavern Wednesday. They had it on ESPN Plus. You're gonna say the sitcom Frazier.
No. That's just bacon and eggs. That's just bacon and scrambled eggs. But because back in the day when like Ali would shit talk fucking Frazier or Foreman, you would kind of have to wait for like the local news or Wide World of Sports to see that kind of shit. I love the era we live in, man. Like, for fighters, for Twitter and Facebook and all this stuff, they go ham. Like, they go ham.
Twitter is so terrible for so many reasons, but it's great for that reason. You are right.
Yes.
For sports and trash talking, it is fantastic. But for everything else, man, 80% of it, oh man, it's a mess in there. But yeah, then you're right. It is really funny for trash talking. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's the best. Like, what was who recently got into a Twitter beef as well? Wonder Boy and
really a Twitter beef. I mean, you can't really have much of a Twitter beef. It was Leon Edwards and Stephen Thompson, but you can't really have much of a beef with Stephen Thompson because he's like the nicest guy alive.
He's trying to dip his toe into the shit talking realm. I mean,
not super great at it, but yeah.
Man, he's a nice guy though. Like, that's the thing. He's a really good guy, and I love the fact that dudes are just cutting promos on each other on Twitter constantly to make it interesting, you know?
Right. I mean, back in the day, your wrestling days, right? You needed a whole camera crew, right? You needed a station to broadcast it. Yeah. Right? If you're like, hey, dude, I heard this guy talking shit about you, right? If you want a proof, some guy's like, hold on. He blows off an old VHS tape he's been carrying with him from territory to territory. Right? I got the proof right here. Hold on, you got to blow on it. Right. Yeah.
It's pretty much. I mean, that would be the thing that they would. Well, they would also send videos of like. My favorite one I've ever seen was happened in in a Tennessee territory in the like late '90s or the early '90s, and it was oh no, I lost his name. Why do I forget his name already? He wrestled with Dusty Rhodes. Oh, Dick Murdoch. Dick Murdoch.
Thank goodness you remember good old Dick Murdoch.
Dirty Dick, baby. Well, yeah, it was Dick Murdoch.
That sounds absolutely like a TV detective from the 70s.
Dirty Dick Murdoch.
Murdoch, yeah.
And there's one great story that I'll just hold off for that as a history piece. But he sent a to Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and it was him in the snow in his house in the mountains in Colorado. And he's just drinking beer in Coors Light because that was his sponsor at the time. Like he was actually sponsored by Coors Light out in Colorado back when you could only get it in Colorado, like that era. And he's just like cutting a promo, and it's just snowing, and he's shirtless and has shorts on, talking about how he's gonna beat the shit out of Terry Funk. It's still one of my favorite promos ever. Because he's just Dick Murdoch was crazy. I love Dick Murdoch. He was a great territory wrestler. Oh, I love him.
Most of your wrestlers are crazy, man.
Well, yeah, especially the territory days. It's like there's an old saying: if those guys wouldn't have been if wrestling didn't exist back in the territory days,
they would have been stand-up comics. You're right. Yeah.
No, they probably would have been in jail.
That too.
Like
or both. You can always do both.
As long as you're not Jake the Snake, that piss drinker.
Jake the Snake. What are we talking about? This news you want to talk? Oh, you want to talk about the Australian cat?
Yeah, man. You sent me this article, and I read the whole thing before we went live. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, we kind of previewed it yesterday at the end of the show, talking about, and I'll go to his name right now, Ben Sosoli. Sosoli. He is a guy from Australia. He's an MMA fighter who recently just got released by the UFC because he was in a legal battle. For the hardcore fans out there that are watching this, whenever you guys watch it, he was the guy that got fucked over by Greg Hardy. After Greg Hardy brought his inhaler in like a 7-year-old
inhaler, right? I mean, he does have asthma, and that's weird. Like,
but why would you even be allowed?
You're not allowed, right? I mean, I didn't think so. Yeah, it's this way. I mean, because if you were, everyone would be using inhalers, right?
Yeah,
they would help you a little bit, even if you didn't have asthma, if you were a type, right? So I don't know. But yeah, that whole inhaler thing is ridiculous. And it doesn't happen anymore, right? They cleaned that up. He's not doing that anymore. And
they also made it a no contest. So it wound up not being a loss on his record, which is good. I remember. Do you remember that fight, right?
A little bit. We talked about it before.
And like the thing about that fucking fight that makes me mad about it is this dude like he got an inhaler from his Greg Hardy did, the football player who is just a shitty human being to begin with. I mean, we
talked about that before women. Too, man. Yeah, we talked about that before. Yeah, he's not a great person.
Not at all.
Yeah, and it's not. He did like really crazy shit. Not just like, not condoning anything, but he did some really crazy shit. Yeah.
No, and that statement was not condoned at all. But and I'm not saying you were.
No.
But like that whole thing, and now this guy, Ben Sosoli, is getting fucked over again, in my opinion, by the courts of Australia. We'll bring this up. Combat Wombat, by the way, his nickname is so fire. The Combat Wombat.
Great.
How do you not?
That is great, sir. It sucks that guy's going to jail, but I will give him a round of applause for the nickname. Good job, friend.
Yes.
Good
Clap
Combat
for the
Wombat.
nickname.
Fantastic. Yeah, but this guy, go ahead, break it down, Ray, if you're going to do that.
Okay, so I read the article, and this guy this dude just sounds like a bitch. Like, this dude sounds like that guy who gets drunk, runs his fucking mouth, and then when he gets fucking hit by somebody bigger than him, will actually will press charges. Like, this guy, the guy who pressed charges on him is a piece of shit. This guy, he actively was told not to enter the bar, snuck into the bar twice, snuck in.
This guy
after being asked to leave.
So Solly, the combat wombat, is a bouncer at a bar.
Yes, yes.
He to preface with that. Yes, and then he hit this guy. But you're talking about the story. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. I was actually going to get to that. I was going to get to that. Yeah, he hit him, and he decided, and now he's pressing charges, which is just bullshit in my opinion, man. Like, to be honest with you, that's his job. Like, I was a doorman at the Cleveland Improv. All right. I have dealt with drunks. I've had to take people out with cops. I've had to do all this bullshit. And it just goes, it's just a way too litigious thing to do, in my opinion, for this guy, because honestly, the guy was doing his job. When you're a bouncer, your job is to keep the whole bar safe, keep riffraff out who might be, and
might be what you're getting a little glitchy. I didn't hear what you said.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it was just a little glitchy. I missed some of your words there. Just repeat what you
just
you're
said. Fine. His job, Ben Saucely's job at the time, is to keep the bar safe and keep the bar and keep douchebags like this asshole out of the bar for not causing problems. Okay. And like I said in the article I read, that he this asshole wound up sneaking into the bar twice after leaving. Two times he got snuck back into the bar. And then he actually threatened Ben by saying, "I'll fuck you up." That was the exact wording in the article.
That's what every drunk guy says to every bouncer when he tells him to leave. Like, yeah. Is that admissible in court anywhere in the world? Right?
No, apparently not.
No, but I mean, everyone says that, man. How many people mean it when they're like, "Dude, I'll fuck you up"? They just want to, sound tough to your friends. No, I can see that. If people are drunk and the bouncer tells them to leave, and they're with a bunch of their dude friends or whatever, or girlfriends, friends, period, they're not going to say, "Okay, sir, my bad. I will go now." They're going to be like, "Well, fuck you, man. I'm not afraid of you giant guys because you fight in UFC." No, you're not going to be like, "Oh, sir, you're scary. I'm going to leave." No,
yeah, we also don't know if he pushed the guy too. We don't know if what actually happened. These usually happen when it's like
video.
Me too. I haven't seen a leaked video or anything like that yet. I'll scour that and we'll talk about this on the next episode.
Yeah, I definitely want to. But he punched a dude, right?
Yeah, he punched him in the face because he was being a cockstain. Like, yeah.
But he fucked him up good, right? He had to have surgery, correct?
Yeah, I think he had to get some facial reconstructive surgery or something. But he had some injuries from the thing. To me, when I look at this, and he's a heavyweight, I want to see how big this guy is.
Big fella, yeah.
I want to see how big this guy he punched was. Like, I want to see this guy's face and all this kind of stuff. The judge was a little bit of a douchebag as well, in my opinion, saying that you shouldn't have acted that way to Ben. When he's asked him twice to leave, he comes back and then decides to be big boy. I mean, that's the third strike, dude. Like, it's you kind of have to look at it from that perspective as well. I mean, should he have punched him? Maybe thrown him to the ground.
See, that's the thing. That's the problem, right? He got 22 months for assault, correct?
And he can serve up to 11.
Well, has to serve up to 11.
Yeah, he can
11 before parole or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Or any kind of early release. And again, we talked about this before. We don't really know the assault laws in Australia. I'm sure they're pretty comparable to what goes on here, right? But
I would assume.
I don't know. I'm not saying someone wouldn't get almost 2 years for that here. It depends, right? I don't know. It would depend on a lot of things, obviously. But dude, Number one, it probably didn't help him with the judge that he's a UFC fighter. He's a professional fighter in the biggest organization in the world for his sport, right? He's probably thinking, dude, this guy who you punched is not a fighter. Why did you have to punch him in the face? Dude, this guy has so many other skills. He didn't have to crush this guy's face. Yeah. He could have just bear hugged the dude and moved him. He could have threw him. He could have put him on the ground. He could have even put him in a half Nelson or full Nelson. There's a billion things he could have done other than crushing this guy's face. Yeah. So I think he absolutely should be in trouble. I didn't see all the video, so I don't know how much trouble, but I could absolutely see him getting some time for assault, dude. He crushed a non-fighter's face. And there's so you gotta know better than that. Like the people who should know better than that are the people that know how to do that, right?
Yeah.
He had so many other things you could have done. Was his pride hurt so bad by this guy, pissing him off that he felt like he had to punch him in the face? No, dude, there's a billion things you could have done. He probably could have blew on this guy and knocked him over and moved him out of the bar, dude. That was
well, we also don't know what the guy did besides say, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, well,
there's two
that
sides.
Doesn't condone punching the dude in the face. If you're a UFC fighter, he's just a drunk at a bar you're working at. Not at all, man. Like on the list of things you could have done, punches like 200 down, man. Like
I agree. I agree.
I don't know. Probably. I mean, I'm guessing I wasn't there, but I don't know. But just reading that now, looking in, maybe his ego was hurt and he was pissed off at this guy that he hit. Right? He's like, oh, this guy he's acting like he's not afraid of me. He's acting like he can fuck me up. He doesn't know who he's talking to. I don't know this guy and his personality. This fighter, right? So I don't know, but I'm guessing that might be part of it. And if he did that, then dude, that's assault. I mean, yeah, it's assault every way, man. You're not supposed to really do that, man, right? And you know, I don't know the laws in Australia, but you being a bouncer at a bar doesn't give you like a license to fuck up.
No,
doesn't really. I mean, that's what your job is, but you're still not actually like allowed to do it, right? So. Yeah, I mean, he could have done all kinds of things, man, and to get that guy out of there, dude. Throwing a haymaker at his face and fucking him up is not on that list, man, of things he should have done.
Yeah, I mean,
that said, 22 months is a long time.
Yeah, 22 months for a bar fight, I think, is a little excessive, in my opinion, and it also cost him his job with the UFC.
Right.
He got cut. Like within the last couple days, I want to say is when he got 4 days ago he got cut.
I'm pretty sure he fought in the UFC since that incident.
Yeah, he actually.
Yeah.
Let me look at the article here.
Yeah, it was happening last year, but he fought this year. He just recently got sentenced.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's kind of unfortunate. I'm not really gonna take sides. On this,
I wasn't there. I would love to see the video, right?
Me too. I want to see a leaked video,
right? Or even more testimony or whatever. I mean, does this just context on this, right?
Oh, very.
So yeah, I mean, there's 100 ways. I mean, just from what we know, which is not very much, I feel like it's probably super excessive to punch the dude in the face. But there's other things that could have possibly happened, but man, that doesn't. You know what's funny though? What's funny? Well, this is Australia though. It's not this country, but. Bouncers get in trouble for excessive force.
Yeah.
You know, some police officers don't get held accountable for excessive force. I'm not citing any specific examples or anything. But, we don't have to. We don't have to.
No.
Right? Everyone knows them. So no, yeah. It's just funny. But again, this is Australia. They may crack down the cops down there. I don't know anything about that place other than you stay on the outside of the island, man, of Australia. Don't go in the middle. That's where all the monsters are, right? That's the shit that will kill you is in the middle, man. You stay on the outside where the cities are. I want to go there. I want to go everywhere.
Me too.
I want to go everywhere.
There's a place. There's a mountain that's like this big red mountain in like the countryside or in like the inner part of Australia.
Big Red Mountain is the name of my bluegrass band, by the way.
Ooh, is one of your things. I'm really sad today. Like, is that one of your songs? I think that's it.
No, I have one called Bourbon and StreamYard.
Coming soon on the album. We're sad, everybody.
Dude, you know what, man? I love me some bluegrass. I'm not ashamed of it, man.
Bluegrass is fantastic, sure. Dude.
Especially the new bluegrass bands. They still do like the old school style bluegrass. It has we were talking mandolin, stand up bass, banjo, acoustic guitar, and sometimes fiddle, and there's other things, washboard sometimes. But a lot of times there's no percussion instruments, but dude, just people like this is band Sideline, and they're like multi-generations of people in the bluegrass.
I've heard of Sideline.
Good. Sideline's good. Dude, Billy Strings is huge. Billy Strings is,
check him out.
Is a big deal. And he's not too far from where my family lives in Pennsylvania. He did like 3 drive-in concerts in a row, and he sold them all out, I think.
That's awesome.
Anyway, he's great. Billy Strings is amazing. Check out a song called "Dust in the Baggie." It's about getting arrested for meth, but it's a bluegrass song, and it's fantastic.
My teeth are on the floor, and I've been up for 4 days.
No, pretty much. I think the first line is, I ate in 7 days. I haven't slept in 3, or something like that.
Oh,
or I haven't slept in 7 days. Haven't eaten 3, something like that.
I love how
methamphetamine. It's got a damn good hold of me. Yeah, check it out. It's a damn good song.
I'll have to check it out. Send me the link after the show. Yeah, I would definitely would love to have that.
I'll send you the video of him playing it with his band at the Grand Ole Opry.
Ooh,
yeah, it's good, man. Billy Strings is good shit. And man, those guys, man, there's so many different ways to play guitar. Those flat pickers, man, those guys are nuts.
There's a guy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name. He had a song about this guy from Memphis, Tennessee, who helped desegregate sporting events in the 60s.
Okay.
His name's Sputnik Monroe. He was a pro wrestler.
People had better names back in the day.
Well, no, Sputnik was the shit. Like if you go back and look at like old high school yearbooks, he had a white streak in his hair. And every kid in Memphis, Tennessee, that was like of a certain age in that area, all had a white streak in their hair, like Sputnik Monroe. They all wanted to be him. What was one of 265 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal. I am Sputnik Monroe. These guys come in on Cadillacs. I throw them out on Greyhound buses. Like, it's just, he was one of the best shit talkers. And like, Connor wishes he could be Sputnik Monroe. Like, Sputnik Monroe's the shit. But there's a bluegrass song about him that's really good. And I wish I could find out the guy's name, because he's from the Memphis area. And yeah, man, like if it wasn't for Sputnik Monroe, Memphis, Tennessee wouldn't have desegregated, because all of his fans were black. Most of his fans were black people, and they would sit in the crow's nest in the 60s. And the promoters actually kind of like let it go, like helped use him as like a catalyst to sell out the oh gosh, I can't remember the auditorium that they would wrestle in. But it's actually a really good song.
No, I'll check it out. I haven't been paying attention. I was just looking up, see if anyone was paying attention to this. It's different. It's different. It's not the streaming on Facebook. Get to click on it.
Bullshit. I see one person's watching. Hi, one person.
It's probably me. I just
you bastard. So. Giving my hopes up. How dare you?
So when we gonna quit this podcast, man? In like a week or two?
No, we'll be here for a while. I'm in for the long haul, sir.
Not going away. Yeah, what the hell else are we doing? And we're having fun.
It's COVID season. We're inside most of the time.
That's true. Like, if, when fights start happening again, that's gonna be a thing for us, and that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, once we really get people promoting stuff.
Yeah, really excited, man. What if we talk to some of the? Want to go to Kentucky? Want to go to Kentucky and?
I would actually love to. I'm going to Sacramento in a couple of weeks, so that's going to be an interesting thing. I'll be doing the podcast from Sacramento. While I'm there,
the Sacramento fighters, man. You got to get like Diego Sanchez or
it could be a thing. It could be a thing if we work
it. Psycho Stephen Boner.
Well, yeah, I'm going to try and work that out while I'm out there to do it. And we're going to have some interesting, there's going to be some interesting things that happen in Sacramento while I'm out there. And I'm also going to do stand up while I'm out there, because they have mics and stuff going on.
They do anywhere in California?
Outdoor. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's all outdoor mostly.
Say, man, what the hell's going on in California right now? This is not the time I want to go to California.
I want to go just to see how it's burning. Like I want to live.
Ray wants to see the world burn, literally. So he wants to go to where the fire started.
I want to live my favorite Bad Religion song. Los Angeles is burning.
Okay. Like, all right. I want to see a video of you just stand. I just want you standing there, or make a TikTok video or something. I don't know, with a song. And I want to see the fires behind you, or at least the red sky, and you playing that song, or We Didn't Start the Fire, something like that.
Oh, I'll be doing TikTok dances while I'm out there. I'll just be kind of woot. How are you?
Dude, you know what? I think I'm about to just download TikTok. I'm just assuming the spyware thing is real. Like, they say it is actually a really terrible app as far as sharing your information. However, everybody kind of has it anyway, man. Right?
Yeah. I think so. So our bank accounts are already known by the Russians. It's okay. Yeah, Habib's family probably steals from all of us. It's okay.
No, man, there's not many people in the world that have that much privacy. But you know what? Every once in a while, it's positive, right? Every once in a while, I have bought a thing from an ad or something like that.
Oh yeah,
right? Or it steered me a certain way, and whatever. The Google searches, whatever, know me, and they know what I'm trying to look for. Like, they know I'm looking for fighters. So I put like half a fighter name in, and they usually like that. You're trying to look for this fighter. Again, looking for another fighter. Yeah. I mean, it's neat.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. At this point with like privacy, as long as I can like just sit in my house and, possibly masturbate while somebody's watching, I'm okay with it.
Man. Come on, Aaron Carter, calm down.
Well, I'm on OnlyFans, goddammit.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything from any female fighters about yesterday's episode where we said that we would let them beat us up for OnlyFans.
Well, people need to start sharing that. We have that episode up. It's episode 27. Share that out for us.
Yeah, it is on. Yesterday, Ray said, because he thought that we wouldn't be able to put it on all the platforms, the Spotify's, the everything.
We can.
You're able to.
Yep. And that audio out our live stream. I entitled it episode 27. We're going live. Which we appreciate everybody that watched yesterday. Like, you get whoever you are that watched it all. I think we reached 200 views on that episode, which is have faith, Danko. Have faith, sir.
I'm just trying to be realistic, I guess.
I know.
Cautiously optimistic. No, we are super early into this podcast, dude. We're 28 in, and we already made it. But I think we're progressing. I don't think we're regressing. Although there has been times I've listened to stuff. I'm like, man, are we just getting worse because we're so comfortable now? We're just rambling, and that's very possible. But we'll fix it. Whatever. And I mean, here's some feedback. Know what's going on, right? What I realized, man, I can't really help it. But I'm going to blame the ADD, but I like ramble and I mumble. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying. Sometimes most of the stuff, like every once in a while, I get a word caught in.
Yeah. That's just normal. That's just normal speech pattern, really. I mean, it
is. I'm just trying to get better at it. That's all. I've always been a mumbler, right? But I do it with my stand-up sometimes too. But when I'm aware of it, like, it's so funny. Like, I have recordings of me like you can't hear anything, and there's other ones where I'm speaking clear as day, and I'm like, "What the hell, man? What's the difference?" I don't know. I don't know, meds maybe. I don't know. I'm not on any of the good meds anymore. So if I'm aware of it, like right now, I'm aware of it. And I'm thinking about it. So you're probably going to hear every word that I say because I'm over enunciating. Now, whatever, man. We'll work on it, man. Maybe I'll look up some speech videos on YouTube, right? Get better at the talking.
Yeah, dude. That's what part of this whole fun is, of just making sure that you can, be comfortable on the mic, or basically what we do is a Zoom show every day.
Right.
Like, where there's nobody laughing, we're constantly bombing, and we don't know we're doing well or not.
No, I'm definitely comfortable, man. I just got to get bummed out when I can't understand I know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and the auto subtitles usually know what I'm saying.
Do they? Do they now?
Yeah, I looked at them. Yeah, they usually. I mean, the main points. Every once in a while, they'll get maybe a bridge word messed up or something. So I'm getting really into it. That's how I talk sometimes. But I don't know, Ray. What do you want from me, man? I'm trying my best over here, buddy.
You're doing fantastic. I've had a lot of podcast partners. You and Dan Brown are the two that I've really had the most chemistry with when it came to podcasts.
No, that's great, man. That's not a problem at all, man. I do know that I get a little, but that's also part of my charm, isn't it? That I get riled up, right?
the ADD assassin known as this sexy man, Tim Danko.
Man, if only I can get back on Adderall. We'll see how that goes.
Oh God, I took Adderall for like, I think it
for like 6 or 7 years.
I took it for like 6 months, and it just fucked me up, man. It was not good.
I need to see a new doctor. I probably very possibly get back on it. My GP just didn't really want to be. That office doesn't want to be part of that anymore. Any control stuff. So they're just saying, hey, go see a specialist so they can do it because we don't want to be part of it anymore, which is a pain in the ass for me because now I haven't been able to go to a specialist because of COVID and money. So, yeah, so I'm out without stuff, but I've been okay. I've been all right. I haven't had it since like March and I've been okay. But
it happens, brother. It could be worse.
Medication talk, y'all.
Only on the Bro Plotter podcast.
Right? That reminds me, I need to call for some refills.
Woo!
Sexy boy needs some Lipitor, bro.
Ooh, my cholesterol meds.
Mm-hmm.
Does that was that one of them that I think gives ED? I think I read that. Like that's one reason why I'm not on certain things. Like I like to like have sex. It's a weird thing.
Well, see, a lot of people who are on Lipitor, not all of them, obviously, because I don't know, obese man, but a lot of people, there are older people that have cholesterol problems, and maybe if they're linked, it's probably also because of the age of some people, or obesity, which also can cause that. So it may just be linked. Because that would make sense, right?
I think the doctor I saw for a little while, that was he wanted to put me on like I think it was Lipitor for my high blood pressure, and I was like, nope, I don't.
My blood pressure, knock on wood, has been solid. I don't know how, man, but my cholesterol's whack, but blood pressure is usually okay. It's a little every once in a while, but usually it's good. It's good. Not anything for that. I'm on stuff for gas and stuff for the cholesterol. Man, this is a fun MMA podcast we're having. We're talking about all our issues. You know what though?
Talking about getting old, everybody.
What did we say yesterday? That this is how I talk things out. I talk to them with Ray and the strangers who may or may not be listening. This is how I do things now, right? We just talked about my insecurities, about my mumbling, right? We talked about my cholesterol. We talked about Ray having ED. Apparently, I wasn't paying attention. Something like that. I think that's what I heard. Anyway, things like that. We'll be honest with you. We'll always be honest with you.
Absolutely. Promise. That's how we do things, and we always tell you to explain your titty.
To explain your titty. Yeah. Well, I know. Whatever, man. Is Mr. T on Cameo?
I don't know, fool.
Because I'd pay that guy $500 to say, explain your titty.
Oh, that would be an amazing. And as he has to hold a box of Mr. T cereal while he does it. My cereal gives you titties. Explain your titty. Explain your titty to Mr. T. I pity the fool who doesn't eat my breakfast cereal. Let's talk about some fights, everybody.
Do we have to?
Yeah, because this is an interesting. Well, this is an interesting card if you really look at it.
There's some good fights on this card, man. Yeah.
Yes, brother. And the ones I really want to go on to talk about right now. Let's talk Ben Rothwell versus the Polish Power, Marcin Tybura. This is going to be an interesting fight. I don't know if I spelled Marcin Tybura's name. Sorry, I'm a bad Polak. It happens. But looking at this fight,
nailed it.
I did, yes, without having to do anything. Nice. I love being Polish. I can pronounce and spell any name. Apparently, it works off perfectly. But this fight, dude, I'm looking forward to this one more than the main event because I think this is going to basically be two bears fighting over salmon. This is gonna be this is gonna be crazy, dude.
That's always how Ben Rothwell fights, and it helps that he looks like a bear. He does, man. He does, man. He's a big hairy dude, and man, Rothwell's cool because he's one of those guys. He's the guy at his gym, right? He has his own gym in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And a poor guy had to be like the spokesperson for Kenosha like a month ago.
Yeah, I remember when he came out
from Kenosha. And I read an article that he got a bunch of shit for the things he was saying. And the things he was saying were like Black Lives Matter. And he was getting shit for that. And I'm like, all right, buddy, whatever. Whatever, man. If you want to stop liking a fighter because he he has friends of all races, obviously, because he's an athlete, yeah. And he's for equality, and that's why you don't want to like him as a fighter anymore. That's cool, man. That's fine. That's on you. That's on you. You can do whatever you want. That's on you. But dude, yeah, and he's a guy who's done it on his own. Well, I'm not saying he hasn't done it on his own. No one does it on his own. But I'm saying he has his own gym. He's the guy at his gym, like our buddy fighter Andrew Law. Like we talk about him and like why we had him on. We asked why he didn't go other places, right? And to him, it's more satisfying at doing the way he's done it. And Ben Rothwell is an example of a guy who's doing that, right? And he's done it for a long time. He stayed in his hometown. He has his own gym, and he's been successful.
Yes.
And he's always super fun to watch fight, dude. I guess he's a big, bald, burly man with a hairy chest, and he fights weird, but he's skilled. He fights really square. You ever notice, like? Yeah,
he very much has like an old school boxing kind of like if he turned his fists in like this and had a handlebar mustache.
Right, it was funny because he holds them like this, right? Fingers out up by his chin.
Yeah.
Or his eyebrows, but high. That's how he fights. It's just kind of like the opposite of the old timey, right? But but back then, the old timey boxers who squared up like this, people didn't figure it out yet. They didn't figure out the best way to do it yet. Either that or that's just how they did things. But Ben Rothwell knows, and for whatever reason, he's like, no, man, square is the way I'm going to go. And that opens you up for, everything. That makes you a huge target. But apparently for him, that also he feels like it makes him more offensive as well. So whatever you're comfortable with, bro. He's won his last couple fights.
I was about to say though, like he has a good like slip game too. Like he's able to kind of use.
He is quick. No, he knows how to move his head and whatnot. Yeah, it just the squareness is kind of strange. But he obviously knows when he fights like that, he's gonna have to have good head movement. Obviously,
yeah,
right. He's well aware. He's a smart fighter. He's been around a long time. He's well aware that he's a bigger target that way. But he knows what he's doing. Like he knows how to counter it and whatnot.
And his power is completely unworldly, but also I would say he's like a bigger Tim Boetsch, if I can use an old school.
No, that's
one of my favorites.
Yeah, dude, I love Tim Boetsch too. He's one of those like all burly wrestler dudes who just puts his body on people and beats them up, man. Tim Boetsch has some good wins. Was it Hector Lombard he beat? Yeah.
Yeah, he knocked out Hector Lombard.
Yeah, that was not supposed to happen, right? That was back when he was coming straight from Bellator and he was the man. They gave him Tim Boetsch, and it had Boetsch beat him. Yeah, dude, Tim Boetsch, man. Later today, I'm going to watch some Tim Boetsch fights. Just because you brought him up, man. Yeah, I know. Tim Boetsch is fun to watch. No, but you're right. He's one of those guys.
Well, I was going to say one of my favorite parts about the UFC, the old school UFC video games was they used to have like sound bites playing in the background of the music. I think it was 2010, Undisputed 2010, and you just hear Rogan just yell, "Tim Boetsch is for real." I love that. And also me and my buddy John, who my fight brother John, he actually we used to play that game, and we would always get to Tim Boetsch in career mode. And for some, I don't know what it was, I don't know how it was, but Tim Boetsch used to do this back fist. And I've never seen Tim Boetsch do a back fist in real life, but in the video game, he's got like Bangkok ready back fists that I have no idea how he does them. And we would always be like, "Oh, he fucking lost to Tim Boetsch again. Goddamn Boetsch back fist." Like, why? And like, that's a dude I love to watch, and I hope to see, like, I hope his career, because when's the last time Tim Boetsch actually fought?
I don't know. Let me check her out. I don't think it's actually that long ago. I'm going to say maybe 2018.
Yeah, I think it's a couple years ago he had a fight, but he really hasn't had a fight since then. But like, him and Rothwell have that almost gladiatorial style where they just go in guns a-blazing, have that shield up and the sword out, and whatever happens. And if my head gets cut off, I'm going to go down twitching like a G. And I love those kind of fighters. Marcin Tybura, same way. Marcin Tybura has power for days, and can really go for it at all times.
He does. And before we get to him, just to answer the question, the last time Tim Boetsch fought was March of 2019.
Ooh,
he's 39. He's probably got one in him left, man. Probably. I mean, yeah, dude, I've watched that dude fight still. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
He's one of those guys that actually did better when he moved down a class.
Yeah,
right? He was a light heavyweight, and his most success was at middleweight. That's not
when he went down to 185.
That's the opposite. Yeah, the opposite happens much more, right? A guy say, I'm not going to make this weight anymore, go up and then feel better and do better. But the guys moving down to be more successful doesn't happen, not anymore that often.
Yeah,
Tim Boetsch is definitely one of those guys.
The guys that come to mind when it comes to like they go down and or go up and have success are guys like Yancy Medeiros, who had success at 170. And I'm trying to, and a bunch of other guys who were in like, because Yancy was like light heavy at one point in like Strike Force, and he went down to like 155 and then 170, and he's been in 170 for a while. Beat guys like Cowboy Oliveira. He had a
go ahead
fight in Cleveland. Yancy Medeiros, I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, you're breaking up a little bit. I was waiting for you to finish what you said. You're good. It's been doing that a little bit. I think we're gonna get that, I guess, on this. It's okay. I didn't hear what you said. See, again, it happened. One guy who did that is on this card. It's Barboza, right? He hasn't really won since he went to featherweight, but I think actually, I'm not even 100% sure he is fighting at heavyweight on Saturday. I didn't double check, but anyway, Tabura, man, we can talk about Tabura.
Yeah, man. Like Marcin Tybura, to me, I love the guy. He's a bit of an anomaly. He can take punishment like a good Eastern Bloc boy does. And like that's the thing. Like you look at the Polish fighters right now. I mean, we have Jan Blachowicz is your light heavyweight champion. And I want to see more Polish fighters in the UFC. I really do.
My favorite.
Joanna's awesome. I've loved Joanna since she debuted and beat. Who did she beat for the 115 title?
The first time? Oh, I don't remember, man. I mean, she's always fun to watch. Man, she always puts on good fights.
Yes, fucking love her.
And when she fought Zhang Wei Li last, but that's one of the best fights I ever saw.
Yeah, that was a technical striking game that, obviously.
This is reminding me, I don't think I ever said it on the podcast before.
What is that?
First of all, I'm going to tell you what made me think of this first, right? Staying on subject. I think we each need to make the next couple weeks or whatever, however long it takes, right? Let's not rush this. We each need to make our definitive list of the top 5 greatest fights of all time.
I like it.
We got to do that, but take some time on it, man. Take some time on it. Right?
Yeah, I'll hit UFC Fight Pass up. See what we can find.
You have to watch, you don't watch at least 100 fights for this. You're not doing it right. Okay, you need to watch a lot of fights for this, right? So we each need to come up with one of those. But also, I was told you. I don't think I said it in the podcast, but I'm trying to come up with the definitive list of the greatest movie fight scenes of all time. I've been working on that for a couple weeks now.
I already have my number 1 on that, but
you told me, right? I put a thing on Facebook and people post a bunch. And you're talking about the sunglasses fight from They Live.
Oh, right? It's the most brutal fucking scene ever.
It's great. And I haven't seen the whole movie yet. I need to see the whole movie for context. I've only seen the fight. So I need to see the whole movie. I'm excited for it because I want to. And what else, Ray? Oh, yeah. There's a bunch. People are giving me a bunch, and I'm looking, dude, this is going to be a tough list. And because I'm always right and everyone else is always wrong, this will be the definitive list, right, of the top 5 or 10, I haven't decided yet, fight scenes of all time in movies, right? It will be the definitive list. So I'm excited for that. I'm putting in a lot of time. Putting in a lot of time in this, Ray. I've been watching a lot of fights. A lot of fight scenes.
I like it.
A lot of fake fights. Yeah, it's good.
Well, then we need to start getting you on an AEW because there's a lot of fake fighting there. Nothing believable in All Elite Wrestling.
Roll off. That's for Ray.
But yeah, I'll put together some of my favorites. A lot of like movie fight scenes I like are from like comedies that are like sports based.
Yeah, I mean, when you think of what constitutes greatest, and for me, it's what I personally think is I like the best, right? So some of them are just because they're badass. Some of them are because they're funny and great. There's 100 reasons why they're great. One of my favorites is just hilarious. Is why I like it so much, and a couple of them are like that. But also there's ones like They Live. It's actually it's kind of funny, but it's badass too, right? And there's some ones from John Wick that are really good. I might pick one from there. I don't know. Jackie Chan has had a bunch.
And because you've never seen They Live, you really don't know like the storyline of the movie. So it gets wackier and wilder.
Yeah,
it's
that's
insane,
the point, man. I need to watch the whole movie for context, especially when it's probably going to be at towards the top of the list. I need context to figure out where it fits.
Dude, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that movie. John Carpenter is the shit. John Carpenter to me is one of my favorite directors of all time, man. Like, I love that dude so much. Love John Carpenter. He's sexy. Made great movies and does his own scores, which is always another thing that's very imaginable or sort of hardworking.
Right. Every porn director does his own scores. Like it.
They're not John Carpenter, sir. They're not John Carpenter.
I know, it's like a 30-key keyboard going score.
That's pretty much it. He released an album of nothing but like movie scores that were never used, and it's a fucking fire album. Like I'm like, holy shit.
You broke up again. That he never used, like once he wrote and never used. Is that what you said?
Yeah, and he wrote them out, and never used them, but then put them out as like an album, like an actual CD back in the day. And there's music videos of him like playing the music. It's actually a like legit album. I might have to listen to that when I'm going down to the Funny Stop tonight for a little bit of motivation. Yeah, man, like there's so many good fight scenes. My favorite comedy fight scene is the one from Slapshot when he's calling when he's like fucking with the Hannerhan, the goalie, and he's saying stuff about his wife, like things we can't say right now.
Yeah, no, that movie's great.
Dude, I love that movie so much. It's my top movie of all time, without a doubt. But let's talk about one of my favorite fighters of all time, who got ragdolled in his title opportunity against Khabib Nurmagomedov. Edson Barboza is taking on Marwan Amir Arkhani. Sir.
This is interesting, man, because you gotta. I mean, I'm not gonna say this is just a scrappler, like a striker grappler match, because it isn't really. But this guy Arkhani, he's won a lot of fights by submission, right? I mean, and Barboza will knock you out, dude. Barboza always puts on a great fight, man. His last fight was against Ige, and that was a really close decision. Some people thought Barboza won the fight. I thought the guy right. I thought Ige won the fight, but it's very close either way.
Okay, yeah,
but. Dude, it's Barboza, man. Anytime the Barboza fights, man, I mean, come on. He has one of the greatest highlight reel knockouts in the history of the sport, right? That spinning wheel kick.
He's the first guy to ever do it.
Yeah. That was fantastic, right? But then you're talking about a guy who, man, he's real slick, man. Let's see. He fought back in July. He fought Danny Henry and got a technical submission, anaconda choke, which technical submission usually means he passed out. Right.
Yeah.
The guy went unconscious. So yeah, dude, this guy's slick, man. He has a yeah, man. He's a couple anacondas. 2 out of his last 3 wins.
That's awesome.
Anacondas, man. So yeah, there's another anaconda, man. This 2, 3, 4, 5 anacondas. That's a lot, man, for one submission. 5, and I mean, however many wins he has. Oh, he's got 16. I like that one. That's not a show bomb. I like that one. That was good. I like that one. There you go, Ray. There you go, Ray.
Yeah, man. Marwan is a savage on the ground. Like, and so is Barboza. Barboza, obviously being Brazilian,
right,
kind of came. And it's
how many Brazilians aren't great on the ground, or at least pretty decent on the ground, right?
That's why anytime I start hearing Portuguese and somebody says they're Brazilian, I immediately become friends with them. Like, I'm not going to fuck with them at all, sir.
You ask them what belt they are?
Yeah.
You ask them which Gracie they train with? Yeah.
Or no, I'm all for Machado. Fuck the Gracies, but that's just me. I'm a Machado guy. I respect the Machado way. 10th Planet all day, sir. 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu all day. And I also, speaking of any kind of thing, I want to talk about something at the end of the show involving Master Ken, because there's a hilarious video.
I'm laughing because that was what I was just about to say to you. Because there's a 10th Planet guy who did the video with him. And that's what we both thought about it. Yeah, we were on the same page. The Rick Moranis video. It's fantastic.
It's awesome. I love that video.
You know what, man? No matter what happens with this podcast, we had a lot of fun with Master Ken. It was really cool to have him.
And I want him back on the show.
If you haven't seen Master Ken, go to YouTube. It's a visual one. You want to watch it because he shows us stuff.
Yes.
You watch it. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's a lot of. I mean, I don't think nearly enough people saw it because I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
It was a lot of fun, man. I didn't even say a whole lot, but Master Kent, he's the reason we had him on. He was to be the show, and he was great.
Yeah, and he was great to be on. And we want him on again since a lot of other stuff has been happening in the world, especially with Rick Moranis. Go check that video out on Instagram and Facebook, and follow Master Ken. Master Ken was the dopest dude we've had on this show when it comes to comedy guys. When we had somebody who we knew was going to be a funny person, that one was probably our funniest podcast to date. Like,
if you ask Mr. Ken, he'll tell you he's not funny. He'll tell you he speaks serious, completely serious. That's part of his charm, right?
It is.
But what I loved is that he said rightfully world's most famous American, Rick Moranis. Who doesn't love Rick Moranis? That broke everybody's heart when everybody found out he got attacked. Like, no, Rick Moranis, he's an American treasure. We love that guy. I mean, people went ape shit that he did a commercial with Ryan Reynolds because he hasn't acted in 20-some years, right? And
now he's going to go back in his shell, you fucks.
Right. And I mean, we haven't seen him in a while. We know he got a lot older since we saw him on in a movie last, right, or on TV. But he still looks pretty good, man. He looks the same.
Yeah,
obviously he's got a little older, obviously, but he looks pretty good.
Yeah, man, he does.
Rick Moranis is great, man. Streets of Fire. You ever see Streets of Fire?
No, but I love the fact that he used My Blue Heaven. And I haven't thought about My Blue Heaven in so long.
Yeah. He made a bunch of movie puns. It was pretty funny. Check it out. But no, dude. Streets of Fire is hilarious. Because
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Really, it's the Diane Lane. It's like I think they call it in the beginning a rock and roll adventure movie. Like,
wait, Diane Lane's in that movie?
Yeah, she plays like a female rock star. I shouldn't say female rock star. Come on, Tim. A rock star who is managed by Rick Moranis, and they're dating, but he's like, and they're in a town where her old boyfriend is the main. I forget who plays that guy because I haven't seen him in much after, but he's in it, and then Willem Dafoe plays the leader of this gang. Yeah, man, it's like, dude,
I'm already in.
It's rock and roll and street fighting, dude. It's not a musical per se, but there's some tunes in it. It's rock and roll street fighting. It's fantastically ridiculous, but it's amazing. And
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Streets of Fire, man. When I did the one short film I made a handful of years ago, I named it as an homage to Streets of Fire. I called it Main Street Heat. Nice. As an homage to the great Streets of Fire.
That's awesome. I have to check Streets of Fire out, man. Because my favorite Rick Moranis movie is actually Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors is amazing.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
Oh, dude, I told you that one of my dream role for anything is I play Dr. Frankenfurter in Rocky Horror, right? And it's true to this day. Dude, I would crush Frankenfurter, dude. Give me the stockings, be a sweet transvestite, dude. I'd crush it. Oh, I love it so much. It was so much fun. I really want to do it so bad. I don't know if I'd ever get the opportunity, but I want to. But another one would be the plant, and Little Shop of Horrors.
Audrey too.
Yeah, Audrey too. Yeah. Little Shop of Horrors.
Feed me a Seymour.
Yeah, I'm a big bad mother from outer space, and I'm bad. Ooh, yeah. That's a great flick, man. Musicals. You know what? Have we talked about my love for musicals, right?
I think we have, but I also have one as well.
Yeah, man. it's not a super deep love that I like know all the like obscure ones from the 30s or whatever. Not like that, but I like a good musical, man. I saw finally saw the Hamilton on Disney Plus, and that was amazing. It was so much better than I even thought it would be, and I knew it would be good. I expected it to be good. It was even better. It's fantastic. It's so damn good. I can't wait to see that whenever they start rolling through. We talked about this before. I think we did talk about.
Well, they said that it's going to be 2021. They've delayed a lot of stuff to 2021.
Yeah, I know. At least, man. But honestly, the way things are looking right now, like I don't think a whole lot's going to go on in 2021 either. To be honest with you,
no.
There may be like more fans. Like I think baseball's going to have maybe half capacity, but it's not going to be. There's no way.
See, I honestly think like this will get better over time. I really do. I have faith, and once it goes away, the world will go back to normal, and the plague will be over.
Go away. That's the thing. To go away. I mean,
well, the Spanish flu went away in a couple of years, so like that's where like
a couple of years maybe, or at least another year, maybe. I don't know. I mean, we are moving faster in vaccines, and maybe a year. But,
probably.
That's fine. What else are we gonna do? We don't have much of a choice.
Exactly.
Just roll with the punches, y'all. And
speaking of roll, yeah.
And I was gonna say no. I was gonna do what you're doing. I was gonna transition into this fight. I was gonna say and do what the UFC's doing and figure out a way to do things, right?
Yep, exactly. And let's talk about the main event real quick, because honestly, you got two guys who are on a little, with the exception of Cory Sandhagen's loss to
Sterling.
Aljamain Sterling. This fight is going to be interesting because both guys in general, we can always talk about Marlon's controversial win against Aldo, which I honestly controversial.
Well, then the reason I roll my eyes is because he won the fight, but they basically pretended like he didn't.
Well, because he didn't.
Yeah, but no, they did, because then they gave Aldo a title shot off the loss, right? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a decision. I did think they got the decision wrong, but it was just kind of weird that the UFC's like, you know what? No, we don't care what the judges say. We're going to say what we think, and we think Aldo won the fight, so we're going to give him a shot instead of. So he kind of got done dirty there, man.
A little. I mean,
it's not. It was relatively close. I mean, it wasn't. I did think they got it wrong, but it wasn't like super insane. But yeah, I like that these guys are fighting 5 rounds, man.
Yeah.
I also thought that Sandhagen and Sterling would go 3 rounds, but it was done in a round because Sterling choked Sandhagen out. Sandhagen gonna be pissed because he just got beat. Yeah. And also, this is going to be it may be a title contender shot now if Garbrandt is moving, even if he wasn't, but he's moving to flyweight. And you have the next title fight hasn't been scheduled yet, but we're talking Jan Sterling. Hopefully that will be this year. That might be this year. Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling. But after that, it's probably going to be the winner of this fight.
No, yeah, this is definitely a title eliminator. If you look at both of these guys' records coming into this, Marlon obviously coming off of the Aldo fight and also a few other, and I think he had one other fight afterwards. Yeah, has he fought since that Aldo fight?
Yes. Let me check.
But anyway, Marlon Moraes is what I love about Marlon Moraes is this lends itself good to Cory Sandhagen as well because they're both really decent strikers. I think Marlon has the speed advantage.
Sorry, he didn't. I thought he did. No, he didn't. Before that, he lost to Cejudo, but then he,
yeah, that's it. That was his last fight. That was the Triple C fight. I forgot about that. But I honestly, I'm gonna pick, believe it or not, just because he's pissed off, I'm gonna pick Sandhagen in this. I think Marlon does have an advantage in the speed department, but Sandhagen's a savage in his own right. So this could be an interesting little way to make everything, if you will, to have, these two go at it for the title in an eliminator and, just go from there and see where we're at in the bantamweight division. So this is going to be an awesome bantamweight fight. What do you think?
No, it definitely is going to be an awesome bantamweight fight there, Ray. What was I going to say? I forgot already. This doesn't happen ever. No. Samhagen's coming off a loss, so he's going to be pissed, right? He just come off a loss. He got subbed pretty quick by a tough guy. But at the same time, Marlon probably has a chip on his shoulder, man. I'm sure he feels disrespected. He didn't get a title shot after he beat a guy, and then that guy he beat got a title shot. Of course, he's going to be pissed, man. And he's been a tough fighter for a long time, right? He was on a winning streak before he lost the title fight to Cejudo, right? He's trying to get his way back there, right? So it has to go through Samhagen. I'm picking Marlon. Although I like Samhagen a lot, I would like to see Samhagen win, to be honest. But picking Marlon, man, I hope this is a good back and forther. I hope someone gets finished in the 5th round. I'm not going to call it, probably not, won't happen, but that's what I want to happen.
I got Sandhagen probably 4th round by knockout.
Really? I'm going to say decision. 5 rounds for Marlon, man. Moraes. Moraes decision.
I like it. This is going to be a fantastic card, dude. Like, I'm very pumped to just be able to see this live from Abu Dhabi on Saturday or Sunday. Because I might be going to see hanging out with Jim Florentine for this weekend. But all in all, man, you look at this card, it's not a sleeper card, but it's definitely a card you want to see. I would rate this probably 3.5, 4 star just based on the booking alone. This card, if you look at how all these guys, most of them are looking for title shots. With the exception of the Rothwell Tabora fight, I don't see that being more than just basically we want them to fight.
If Rothwell wins again, you're talking about, you're talking about a heavyweight division that isn't super deep. So you're talking about, who's going to fight after that, right?
I would like to see Rothwell versus Stipe. I think that would be an interesting fight. I really do.
And it's funny. I just did that on UFC 4 the other day.
Oh, God.
I did. And Ben Rothwell, controlled by me, knocked Stipe out, I think, in the 2nd round, I think.
Was it on easy?
No, it was on normal. But I did do a tournament, like one of those ridiculous 16-man Grand Prix you can do where they all fight the same night. Right.
What'd you think about that?
What,
the tournament mode in UFC 4?
Fun. No, it's fun. I like it.
I'm glad they brought it back.
Oh, was it not on before? It's my favorite mode.
They took it off. It hasn't been on the EA side that I'm aware of. It was definitely UFC Undisputed 3 had it. And that was, you could do Pride tournaments with the Pride rules, which was insane. Yeah. Have you beaten career mode yet?
Beaten?
Yeah. Have you gone and become the GOAT or whatever it is, gotten GOAT status?
Yeah, I have a guy who's GOAT right now, but I'm not done with him. I think he's 33-0 or some shit.
That's awesome. No, because you know what you unlock if you could finish career mode, right? You basically get all the DLC for you unlock the DLC. Like Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I already did that, but I paid for it before I did it. I was unaware of that, so I was pretty pissed off. So it was 3 days later that happened. Are you kidding me? Yeah, whatever, man. It happens.
I still think that EA needs to pay Gala for her music so we can all come out to Fury's on fire. Your defense is terrified. Yes, I love him. I love Tyson Fury.
Not only that, man. There's a couple fighters like Chan Sung Jung who's fighting next week, right?
Yes, against Brian Ortega.
Excited for that fight. But dude, I really wish to get the Cranberries. Dude, just pay the money. Get the Cranberries song, all right? Yes! And Stephen Thompson, pay the money. Get the Tenacious D song.
Tenacious
Come on,
D.
Man.
Oh my God, I would die. I mean, they actually use what's his name's theme song in there. But although that was just on a Hawaiian music CD from the 80s or something like that. The Hawaiian. I don't ask me how to pronounce the name of the guy, but the actual
which fighter was it? You broke up a little bit. Which fighter was it?
Oh, Max.
Max Holiday. Okay.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, you broke up when you said the name of the fighter. Yeah. That's on there. Yeah. Yeah, I wish they would. I mean, Madden gets some tracks, man. I don't know. Can you add songs to that game? I might have to do it myself, right? Just
maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't ever done it.
Maybe you can do it to some of the baseball games. I did that in the past.
You used to be able to do that in the UFC games back in the day, and then also like wrestling games, you were able to do that for a little while too, like add your own theme song, but it wouldn't play online because of.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't play online. That makes sense.
Like rights, which is bullshit.
It makes sense that it wouldn't play online, but yeah, man, pay the extra money and put Zombie in there. Although, man, what I hear, man, people that are really super into sports video games or video games, period, they're not super happy with EA lately.
No.
From what I hear. I'm not going to get Madden anytime soon, but as I don't care for that much, maybe I will. It's all right. But I hear that the people that really play it are kind of pissed about it.
Oh yeah, man! Like there's some.
And UFC 4 too. People say that they're not really a big fan of it either. And I mean, I could see some things I would like to see them improve on, but I wouldn't know how to do it. Right?
Well, I mean, that's the problem with like video games right now is they're being treated as a service. Games as a service, which means like daily goals. It's kind of like playing like Fortnite or one of those. They're trying to do that Fortnite model.
But it's a sports game though. It should be different, right?
They've been trying for years to give you different objectives and all that kind of shit to where it's like, oh my God, you have to play this way. And then here's the other thing. And I watch What Culture a lot. I don't know if you ever watch like What Culture on YouTube. Shout out to those guys. Jules Gill's the shit. And a few other guys, Adam Wilborn, they do the wrestling stuff. But the one thing that really like irks me is like the microtransactions that they put into video games now, like the downloadable content, hiding it behind paywalls, doing all that kind of stuff. It's stupid. It doesn't make people want to buy the game. They just want to like, they want to just like kind of because they put like unlockables behind paywalls and shit. And you're just like, why? Like, let me unlock this shit.
I mean, you know why, right? Like, you know,
well, yeah, but I'm just, ew. It's gross, dude.
Maybe it is.
Lame.
Yeah, remember back in the day that the only money you can make off selling your video game was selling your video game?
Yeah, and even then it would be like 90% markdown.
I mean, I play MLB The Show. Haven't been able to play since the Indians got knocked out of the playoffs. Can't even pay attention to baseball. Not for a minute. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah, they do this stuff too. Right? There's all these unlockables and stuff. And if you don't do them, like, you're going to have a garbage team. And I have to play all these challenges I don't want to play. Or I could just skip it and pay money for it. But I'm not going to do that. It's ridiculous. So
that's what they're banking on. Like, that's what EA and all those companies are doing.
I'll just lose. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be the Pirates today. Even though I'm the Yankees, I'll go a Pirates record of like 37. So that'll be okay. Oh, fuck the Pirates. Fuck the Nuttings more than anything.
Don't their entire team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, make less money than like Mike Trout?
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Because the Nuttings are assholes. The Nuttings are just dickheads. They're fucking idiots. I don't like them at all.
Yeah, I mean, we have some shady owners in Cleveland as well. They won't spend money. However, we have some guys in the front office that are aware of that.
Yep.
And are really smart about it. However, I will say, I mean, every once in a while they can ask the Dolans and say, hey, we need some extra money for this guy, and this is why it's going to be. They can convince them to spend some money. Yeah, they've gotten some trades where they had to pay like a guy half a year, a guy's salary. He's making a lot of money, like a Josh Donaldson or something. They did that with Jay Bruce too, and they were able to get him to pay the money. But they're also really, they know what they'll pay and what they won't, and they're really smart about it. And that's why they have to do things like trade Mike Clevenger, which I didn't want them to have to do, but they did because they tried to weigh the options, right? And they said, well, we can get a lot for him right now, and we think we can still win without him. So I get it, man. They're smart guys, and that's has to really be tough to be a GM or a team president in a small market like that with baseball, because baseball has a soft cap. They don't have a real salary cap.
No.
So when you're a smaller team, you can't spend the money. You have to figure out ways to make your team good, and it's difficult, obviously.
Yeah, sadly, so bad. You know what isn't bad though?
Fights.
This show.
We're working on it.
We're getting better. We're doing well. Oh my God. And we appreciate the one person that watched today. Hopefully everybody that watches this later likes, shares, and subscribes. we're gonna head out because I gotta head to the funny stop, and also pick up some stuff as well for myself to drive to the funny stop.
Gas
stuff.
Ray gas
stuff. What?
Ray gas. Oh, dude, Ray, you need to come down with marijuana. So we need to watch Streets of Fury.
Absolutely, I'm in for it. We can even stream it. I would pay to stream. I would pay to stream that with Harrison as our guy. I would love nothing more, sir. Because it would just be fun. It would be awesome.
That would be fun. Also, I forgot to tell you this real quick. When I was seeing my father and my stepmother, they told me that they watched Kingdom and they liked it.
Ooh, we'll have to watch Kingdom.
But he also told me I'm like, he was telling me about stuff. He's like, well, there's one part where this girl gets pregnant, and I'm like, it's like a soap opera. He's like, yeah, kind of. I'm like, I don't have any interest in that. He's like, there isn't really a whole lot of fighting in it. I'm like, I may just skip it. I may just watch a couple episodes just to see what's going on, but I'm not really excited about watching Kingdom at all.
Yeah, we should do episodes where we review Kingdom. I think that would be where, like, but here's the thing.
Watch us get into it, man. Watch us fucking fall in love with it.
I know. And we just become
get on past the backstories. Yeah, geez.
That's the one. Like, I want to watch Kingdom, review it. There's a few other things like Warrior. I want to watch that and do like a watch along with that.
Warrior, I'll do, man. That's on Hulu still. That's a good flick. It's okay. It's an okay flick. Like I said a billion times, it's the best MMA movie and has some good performances. But as far as we talked about the director yesterday, because the same guy who did The Way Back and Miracle. But there's some stuff that was kind of shady, and I kind of would like it to be a little bit more believable, some of the stuff there. But there's great performances in it.
I can imagine.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, Tom Hardy and Nick Nolte and Joel Egerton, those are power actors.
I'm going to go into the octagon, Mr. Wayne.
Was that you trying to do Bane as an MMA fighter? Okay.
Yes, it's how I do it. Hello.
Don't expect one of us in the records. Yeah, something like that.
I was merely born in the octagon, or you were raised in the octagon. I was born in it.
That's going to be Pat Miletich when we have him on, man, right?
Yes, I'm excited for that. I got an email for everybody. We possibly have a guest coming up next week. Nothing set in stone right now, we definitely do have Bobby Wambacher next week, which will be a Zoom interview more than likely.
It's a Wednesday, right? It's Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday. We'll be having that one. We'll be doing that in the afternoon with Mr. Wambacher. And I can't wait for that one.
See if he has a laptop. We can do.
Yeah, if we can stream this, I would be down to stream that interview because that would be
might as well. Like I said, man, it's one less thing you have to do, and so now the video's already on Facebook and YouTube. You didn't have to do anything else. It's already there, bro. What about Twitch? We to start Twitch?
Yeah, I think we should start a Twitch. I honestly do.
I don't think it's gonna hurt, right?
Play some Fortnite, play some PUBG.
Don't know what happens there, but I'm for whatever. It's fine. It won't hurt any, right? So. Although I don't like the name Twitch, that seems degrading for people like me and our buddy Harrison.
Why you got to be SJW about it? Huh? Why you got to be SJW about it?
Because this is a woke culture now, and you can't talk shit about people like that. And I take my turn, putting my foot down. No more, we're canceling Twitch. That's what it is. Canceling Twitch because the Tourette's people think it's offensive. I'm getting Harrison on this. We're doing it.
Before Harrison probably on Twitch. He probably plays video games on Twitch.
All right, we're going to start making videos. It's me holding a sign that says cancel Twitch. Cancel fuck shit, bitch, Twitch. That's going to be it.
I love you. You're amazing.
Aren't I?
You are. You're one of the funniest people I know, and you're a sexy bitch for it. And
the episode was 10 minutes I spent mumbling about how I mumble. That was my favorite part of the show.
Well, we can always mumble more every time we stream. Schedule it. We're going to be doing now that we're streaming, we're going to have a live stream schedule going up. I'll work with Harrison on that this weekend. Thank you guys for watching this. You can follow us on Bro Plata. Make sure on YouTube, leave a comment on this video, leave a like, and share this bitch, sir or ma'am. I want this to take off immediately. Stop using that sign, you son of a bitch. How dare you use the white power sign?
Shoot, I forgot. Don't take away the okay. I was doing the okay.
I know. Hence why it's kind of funny. You said woke.
That's not woke. That's not being woke.
No, that is not woke. That is what I look like.
I'm sorry.
I look very white powerish. Don't do that to me.
How about this? Can I do this?
Yeah, you can do that.
I can do the crip.
Crippin', yo, crimpin'.
Oh, this one.
My favorite crip is always going to be Jimmy and Timmy from South Park.
Okay.
But thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be at the Funny Stop tonight with watching Jim Florentine. If you watch this show or you're a fan of this show, come up and say hi. I'm always willing to talk to people. All four people that do it. I'm aware. But you know what? I'm trying to be engaging. This is engagement, sir. Talking to them like we're their friends. We are their friends. We're their weird friends who like to talk about MMA and nerd shit. And that's why the Bro Plata exists.
Are these the rules of engagement, Ray?
Possibly.
All right, let's get out of here before we say more dumb shit. All right.
Absolutely. Keep looking out for our stream schedule that'll be put up soon as well on all of our social medias and our streaming platforms that we are on. Just Google or just stream or look at, and we'll be going into your face and ear holes constantly now that we have premium, sir and ma'am. We appreciate it. Tim, tell them what your social medias are, sir.
Right there.
At Dig Danko right there. I'm at Ray Highclack right over here if I can figure it out right there. And again, at Bro Plata. Thank you guys for being a part of another episode. Episode 28 is in the books. And like the money that Tim wasted on UFC 4 to get this arena, we will see you at the Kumite, motherfuckers.
Oh, that's that creepy dungeon basement.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
That is the Kumite.
I like the dog fighting pit.
Oh my God, that's so Kimbo Slice. I loved it.
They're trying to make it not look like a dog fight. We know what goes on there. Come on. We know you.
Well, I mean, a bunch of things happen. So thank you guys. Have a good one.
What? We were still going?